You're about to experience an incredible video where I go and destroy the top 100 cryptos. I'm going to show you my ratings. After 10 years in crypto, I've personally held many of these, researched them through confirmation bias, and I've researched thousands of altcoins. Almost everything in crypto is a lie, absolute junk, Web3 theater designed to steal from you and make you broke. So how do you see through all the massive lies in crypto? Well, what you need to do is look for and discover some real value and then compare everything else to that. And then once you find the truth, you will see through the entire BS of lies and time wasting that is crypto. So to me, the only crypto in the top 100 that is truly a great investment, according to where I've dumped all my own money. I've got 90% of my crypto portfolio in it, which is like tens of thousands of dollars today, maybe close to like 50,000. And I had $0 in crypto a year and a half or two ago because I knew what a dumpster fire almost everything was from being a top crypto creator in a previous bull market and seeing how much was just lies. So this internet computer protocol, once you see how the technology and the team and how advanced it is, you start to realize like everybody else is literally lying. They're lying, they're closing their eyes. They're lying or they're clueless. Like they're just copying some other blockchain. So I'm going to go through every top 100 and just rip it in this video very quickly. The only reason Bitcoin and Ethereum are not absolute F-tier cryptos is because at least they have network effect and history at this point. At least they were the original. Bitcoin's the original crypto, and it probably will endure for quite a while just off of that. Ethereum's the original smart contract platform, and it'll probably endure for a while after that. All the rest of these cryptos are going to get eaten for breakfast, lunch, and dinner by internet computer protocol, or crypto's just going to completely implode, and some dystopian system will eliminate the need for all of it, or we'll go into some fantasy world where we all just operate telepathically, and we don't even need money. So let's, those are the range of possibilities according to me. So let's start. Bitcoin and Ethereum aren't even decentralized anymore in any meaningful way. I covered that in previous videos. So the mining, for example, the mining and staking on these, you have a handful of people in each of them that control the vast majority of it. You're absolutely lying to yourself and not doing your own research. If you think there's any real decentralizations, you can take those Nakamoto coefficients and shove them right up the... Now, we'll move on to BNB. This is an exchange token. This represents everything that's disgusting in crypto, which is the technology is basically just a copy of Ethereum, and then they've raised a whole bunch of money for their centralized exchange, which gets between people in the blockchain, which the whole purpose of crypto is to stop having middlemen, and BNB is a total middleman. Crypto, absolute, CZ's holding 50+% of it. What a dumpster fire. Do you want to line one of the richest guys in the world's pockets further by buying BNB? Absolutely not. Solana, a group of organized criminals at FTX ripped people off massively, and one of their biggest investments was Solana. You are kidding yourself if you think that Solana is anything but a coin that was pumped and pushed by a bunch of organized criminals that ripped people off of massive amounts of money. Again, this is basically an Ethereum copy, where they've tweaked little things that even the little network they have doesn't even work very well. You can't even hardly put anything on chain of it. There's huge token dumpage that the insiders need to get rid of, so they need the price to pump first. XRP, the absolute worst dumpster fire in the top 10 cryptos. It has underperformed Bitcoin on almost any period of time. Literally every single XRP hyper, tens of thousands of videos, has been disgustingly and completely wrong. And I got fooled into that XRP garbage. Somebody sending me an email talking about how spiritual they are and the new world's going to operate on XRP in 2022. Look at the returns. Look at a core case getting one, and it still sucks. Dogecoin, a copy of a copy. Litecoin copied Bitcoin, and a Dogecoin forked and copied Litecoin. So now we're buying dog coins that are a copy of a copy. Seriously? This has nowhere but down to go. Toncoin, SEC destroyed Telegram's original version of this. They shipped it off, and they're making promises they can't keep on this. Just funneling people over from Telegram to get rich off this. This, to me, offers no value to the world. Cardano is a failed Ethereum competitor at this point. There's hardly anybody that's really using Cardano. Have you tried using Cardano? The tech sucks. I'm like, wow, this is just about like using Ethereum. Look how high the gas fees are on this network, like nobody's even using. Avalanche, this has been a great project that's thrown lawsuits out and attacked everybody else in crypto. And have you used their tech? Staking's like half of what ICP is. And you can't hardly build anything on chain. They're hyping this up like it's real Web3, dumpster fire. Tron, you got a bunch of people gambling using Tron, but you know, they push and hype up the numbers. Justin Sun's, you know, figure that makes me envy him in controversy. Like, wow, I wish I could be that controversial myself, but I don't think I could stand to look in the mirror every day. And this thing, again, nothing's on chain. Shiba Inu, now we're buying dog coins on Ethereum. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed to say I've bought every one of these at one point except Toncoin, because after 9 years in crypto, I was more concerned with pumping my own bags and making myself rich as a YouTuber. I was much more concerned with that than the actual information I was putting out. Does that sound like anybody else in crypto YouTube to you? It sounds like almost, I'm not gonna say everybody, almost every other YouTube creator. All they give a flying foul mouth about is making themselves rich. And they hardly even, you know more about crypto than they do lots of times, because they spend so much time trying to make the perfect clickbait garbage title and suck you in, but not off in the video. And then you find out they just got paid to dump this coin, paid to shill that coin. And they make these videos saying Shiba Inu, if you'd have just bought $20 of this back when it was literally just a coin created on Ethereum and nobody cared about it or knew about it, except the crypto mafia that was going to push it. And then all the insiders and stuff got to buy it. No regular person bought $20 of Shiba Inu when it was worthless, because who would buy a dog coin when it was worthless except some degen gambler? Chainlink, this technology's useless at this point going forward. You got ICP, don't even need to have oracles, and the tech is not, the token gives you no ownership over the tech. How many times I got to say this? Holding the Chainlink token gives you no ownership over the technology. They could come up with any kind of great stuff they want. Your Link token is ERC20 token, no ownership by code, no ownership by law, a fake stock coin, useless. Polkadot, and of course I bought that last year. Polkadot, this is like just more useless technology that you can make side chains with and stuff. When ICP exists, absolutely no reason to build anything on Polkadot. Bitcoin Cash, so you think this is worth copying the Bitcoin blockchain? This should be the 14th in market cap. Well, why don't you just copy my entire crypto channel, and you can get a percentage of the revenue I get from just copying all my videos and uploading them. I hope that works out great for you. Near Protocol, this blatantly hyping absolutely fraudulent narratives up. This has no technology that can do anything with AI. They're literally saying anything at this point to try and get you to think this is good and buy it. Absolute dumpster fire. Uniswap, not actually decentralized at all, which is why the SEC knows exactly who they should sue and who to send a letter to. I've reviewed many of these coins in much more depth, so if you search Jerry Banfield plus the name, you'll see why it's going to zero in most cases. Litecoin, just a copy of Bitcoin, absolutely useless at this point. Leo token, I don't even know why. This was what's that dumpster fire exchange? Bitfinex. This is their token. Almost the only place people even use this is on Bitfinex. Pepe, a frog coin that I don't even think the actual creator of the frog got anything from this. Pepe, I saw this when it was fractions of this price, and I'm like, I would feel disgusting if I bought that now and hyped it up and made money off of it, because it's a frog coin. At least Pepe is not pretending to really be something. Same with Shiba. It's like, well, this is just a dog coin or a frog coin. You deserve to lose money if you buy this. Polygon, let's pay a whole bunch. We're going to just throw out disgusting amounts of money all over the place to make it look like we're going to pay Starbucks a huge amount of money to say they're doing NFTs. And then as soon as the money runs out, they're just going to quietly put that away and not do anything with it. Useless technology here. Compared to Internet Computer, like Internet Computer Protocol, this is the only crypto on here that's not an absolute worthless Pepe turd. All the rest of these are absolutely useless compared to internet computer. Internet computer is the real deal, which is why most of the biggest frauds in crypto content creation will not mention this. They will never look past the price chart. Maybe they will one day. Maybe they'll wake up from the matrix and realize that they've been tricked into, giving all their life energy away and worshiping money and serving the devil. Maybe one day they'll wake up and realize that if you want to talk about anything in crypto, ICP is the only thing that to me is worth talking about. And if you've actually done your research in ICP, to me, internet computer is the only crypto that's even worth talking about at all. Caspa. I mean, this is how bad crypto is. Caspa. There's like one guy who's like, hey, maybe if I copy, basically copy the Cadena blockchain and switch it to proof of work and hype up the acrylic, the DAG, the directed acrylic graph, and then tell everybody it was fair launch, because everything's fair launch that nobody cares about and it's completely irrelevant, useless copy technology. It's fair launch and it's proof of work. It's going to be the next Bitcoin. Absolute dumpster fire. Bots blatantly pushing this all over the place on social media. A bunch of other junk coins all jerk circling each other so that, that you like, Caspa likes their videos and the Caspa people like their stupid coin videos, and then other people, like the Caspa videos. You got people on there on crypto YouTube saying just buy some amount of Caspa, and it's like that's some of the worst investing advice I've ever heard in my life. Guarantee you, in 999 million scenarios out of a billion, so I guess that'd be 999,999,999 scenarios out of a billion, Caspa goes to zero and ICP outperforms Caspa. Ethereum Classic, like this was the fork from the blockchain. This is, who uses this? Who actually buys this? Seriously, Aptos, another one of these copy chains, launch a huge, hype. This doesn't even do very good at marketing, which is why you're like, what is Aptos? Artificial Super Intelligence Alliance, or if I were to name this accurately, disgusting fraudulent AI Alliance, where they can't do anything on chain. The best hope they have to bring any real value is to partner with Dfinity and do something on internet computer protocols technology. Because all three of these were such fake dumpster fire AI coins, Fetch, Ocean Protocol, and whatever other one that was, Singularity. They all thought, well, let's get together and we'll get a bigger market cap because all three of our coins are so truly useless and we have no real value to add here, that why don't we put all, do 3 wrongs make a right? Do 3 wrongs make a right? No. So 3 wrongs do make a much bigger market cap. Monero, XMR, governments hate privacy coins. This thing is basically dead. Stellar, I just looked at 10 years ago. 10 years ago, Bitcoin has destroyed Stellar in returns, and people are still hyping this up. I'm like, y'all just have not looked. Y'all haven't even looked at the charts 10 years ago when Bitcoin has gotten way higher returns over the last 10 years. If Bitcoin's beating you in returns over the last 10 years, your altcoin sucks. Mantle, do we need any more Ethereum layer 2s? Dog Whiff Hat, apparently Solana's main business model is meme coins. I'm sure that's going to work out great in the future. Dog Whiff Hat. So you have Dog Whiff Out Hat, a different kind of a Dog Whiff Out Hat, and now you have a Dog Whiff Hat. I mean, are y'all holding this? You can't handle the truth. Are you all holding this? Arbitrum. Let's come out with a fake DAO that's more of a polling mechanism. We're going to trick a whole bunch of people into buying our coin. And then when the DAO all votes one way on our very first proposal, we're going to literally do the opposite just to shove it right up wherever you wouldn't want anything to be shoved, just so we could show them what bad investments they made. That's great. Arbitrum, another Ethereum layer 2. Stacks. If I wanted a Bitcoin layer 2 with crappy technology compared to internet computer protocols and a team that had no transparency, I'd sure just piss my money away into Stacks. Maker, this, I forgot what I even reviewed about this, but that absolute waste of money. No way I'd put into that. And you can search Jerry Banfield Maker if you want to see more in depth on that one. Filecoin, a fake decentralized storage protocol where all the stuff's off chain and somebody is holding the keys to the protocol and how stuff works when it's off chain. no viability of this going forward. If you want cheap storage, just dump all your stuff on Amazon. If you want security and blockchain benefits, then build it on Internet Computer Protocol. Filecoin's in this, no man's land where it's, if you want a lot of data storage, why wouldn't you just use centralized computing? And if you want truly decentralized stuff, you build on Internet Computer. So Filecoin is like a total waste. And we'll speed this up because this is only 30, but the further down you go, it's like I can just say this is worthless and we'll move on. Render, I think, I can't prove, but I believe that they got paid to move over to Solana, incentivized to move over there. And to move what? To move a token. The actual whole protocol is not on chain. It looks like there's very little activity in actual marketplace, and a bunch of the Solana maxi hypers have got on board with shilling this. Not something I'd buy. Kronos, one of the worst crypto investments I've ever made in my entire life. Joe Paris got me hyped up over the debit card. I dumped $3,500, which if I'd have put that in something else like Bitcoin would have done pretty well. But I just threw my money out the window. And, it blew into a crack house called CRO. And the 3,500 I put into the debit card for absolutely crappy rewards that are inferior to the Amazon card, which I now have, gives far superior rewards to this dumpster fire debit card. Oh, and the Amazon one's a credit card. So unlike a debit card, you don't have to worry about your funds just getting sucked dry. This charges you fees if you don't use it and scrapes all the rest of your crypto. And I lost $3,000 in this dumpster fire project, which is just a blockchain on Cosmos, and it has no ownership over Crypto.com or any of the brand. Absolute garbage. Hedera, this is another textbook money scraper where they don't even act like there's any decentralization there. It's like, look, these 30-something companies are on the governance council and you have no say in how the blockchain runs. Why would you buy this? Ew, but worst question, why did I buy that last year? Cosmos, add Cosmos Hub, because for some reason Cosmos by itself, which sounded pretty good, now we've added the word Cosmos Hub, which sounds not as good. Yeah, Cosmos, just as useless as Polkadot. You got all these people spinning their own blockchains up. Why even use that? There's no need for that. Internet Computers technology is so far beyond what's going on Cosmos. There's no reason to use Cosmos. Immutable X. This one, I personally dumped tens of thousands of dollars into playing this fake crypto game. Now, there is a token, and there are NFTs, which are not actually hosted on chain, and the whole rest of the game is basically a Web 2 game. The token gives you no real ownership or control over anything. The NFTs are out of your control as well. I dumped a whole bunch of time into this very well-funded but utterly useless Ethereum layer 2 to play a crypto game, which I managed to lose thousands of dollars on multiple times in the last couple of years. Learned the hard way on that one that this to me is an absolute dying project that with games that have just absolutely wrecked people's wallets. VeChain, this is too boring to even talk about. Injective, another rip-off protocol, fake decentralized exchange, absolutely useless. BitTensor Tau, fake AI coin. Absolutely fraudulent, can't do anything meaningful really on chain with AI. Everything using bots like crazy to push their content. Optimism, I've got pessimism when you look at Optimism. ICP has the best Ethereum layer 2 tech. Base has the biggest amount of users. Optimism completely irrelevant and useless. If not today, very soon. Sui, just another copy blockchain to raise money and scrape off you. Arweave, dishonest enough to try and launch something called Arweave AO and then make it out like it's Internet Computer when you see the people from Dfinity who actually know about the technology and destroy it to pieces. Arweave is nothing on what ICP has, almost no transparency on the team, destroyed that in multiple reviews. Bonk is Solana's idea of a business plan. Let's give away some bonk, and then people will really think Solana's worth something. The graph, this is something that's utterly useless going forward because ICP smart contracts can get indexed directly in Google, so you don't need the graph anymore. Floki, Another meme coin. How many dog coins do we need in the top 100 for people to lose money on? I guess this many. 5, what is that? BitGet, another exchange token, except not nearly as big as the other ones. And with exchange tokens, since all the dishonest crap they're doing in exchanges, bigger probably is better, because you can just pay your billions of dollars in fines and keep going in business while your CEO goes to prison. Lido DAO. This has totally ruined the decentralization of Ethereum by putting whoever has the real power at Lido DAO in control of 29% of Ethereum staking. And from what I see, not a real DAO, because you have to have the development team actually go and make some of the most crucial changes. Thorchain Rune, Ghost Chain, Zombie Chain, already reviewed that. White Bitcoin, I said this was one of the worst things I've seen in the top 100. Theta Network, another one of these failed fake Web3 platforms, supposed to be, streaming and all that. Nothing's on chain, useless. Notcoin, I mean, this is one I actually haven't researched. Maybe I'll look at. This just can't be good. But contempt prior to investigation. There's a lot of people who've never looked at ICP. All they've done is look at the chart, and they're missing out. So I will be happy to take a look at this and review it. Ondo Finance, absolute scum coin. Aave, I'm about to do a more in-depth review on this one. It's been a little bit, but this is a useless, how many of these protocols do we need to have for like swapping and crappy decentralized finance returns? Aave is just, again, useless in the long term. Phantom, this is migrating to another version of the chain. Blatantly dishonest thing to do to just rip people off, and they'll say it's upgrading technology, but from my point of view, it's scraping everybody who's not paying attention. They're dumping into a whole nother chain. Celestia TIA, I absolutely destroyed this coin and can't even stand to talk about it. Same thing with Core. Brett is a Coinbase dumpster meme coin. Jupiter, I don't even know about. It's another one of these new coins, though, and these new coins have such huge market caps. You're guaranteed to lose on 99% of these because the market cap is so big, and the insider's just going to dump all the tokens on you. And the only reason they haven't dumped immediately is because they haven't unlocked yet. Pyth Network, useless. Psy, another startup similar to, in a lot of ways, Sui. Algorand, this is like, what was that other? Aptos. It's like Aptos, but even more useless. Quant, if you'd like to invest in having your freedom taken away and fake blockchain interoperability when ICP actually has real interoperability, then Quant looks like a great place to just throw your money into ERC20 token and watch it evaporate. Mantra, another new coin I haven't even heard of. Gate, don't know that off the top of my head, but we got some more reviews to do. Ethereum name service, useless. I mean, why even bother having Ethereum name service when you can't put your website on Ethereum, but you can on ICP, and you don't need an Ethereum name service for it. Multiverse X, fake, completely fraudulent metaverse narrative, stereotype ripoff, and that's not going to work for this bull market. KuCoin, another exchange coin. Beam, dumpster fire, gaming, crypto. Flow, useless. Tokenized exchange, definitely don't want an exchange token. Helium, I think, isn't that the one for the wireless network, but it's not actually all fully on chain either, and it's just a token. So it's I like the idea, but it's not actually decentralized. You have centralized hidden controllers. There's almost no personal accountability in crypto, which is what's missing. Axie Infinity, this did a great job stealing a whole bunch of people's money after it was up, 20 times higher than this in price. People dumping their lives into playing this crappy looking little game, and then the bridge gets hacked. I mean, this is, you're getting, every hole's getting filled up. Bitcoin S, I guess some of y'all like that. Bitcoin SV, another Bitcoin copy blockchain. Gala, I told you what a dumpster fire this was. They said this was dead and fraudulent and useless a couple years ago. Then it pumped and you're all like, oh, you're so wrong. Well, now I'm not, am I? And the fake celebrity hype EOS, I said this was an absolute useless dumpster fire in 2017. I ripped Algo, I already said, useless copy of a copy blockchain, nothing of value or worth seeing, massive token dumpage. EOS, I told you, I told you, I told you, so I told you, so I told you so many times. It's back to 2017. I ripped this and said it was a horrible investment, a disgusting ICO for $1 billion, fraudulent, manipulation of the price and pushing Ethereum into it. This stole, hundreds of millions of dollars then. Now, billions of dollars of Ethereum were stolen off of this. What do people have? A useless chain, useless ghost chain now. I told you so, but everybody laughed and thought I was not so smart when the price pumped up to $12, but it's not been back there again ever, hasn't it? And the whole market cap of the entire project is less than the initial ICO. Flare, useless. BitTorrent, again, this is a token that does nothing actually on the chain itself. You got all the stuff off chain, and anything about BitTorrent, I don't think I'd want to invest in that token. Akash Network, fake DPIN, where the physical infrastructure is not actually decentralized because there's some centralized controller who who is between you and the blockchain. Neo, wow. I think I actually bought this at one point. Neo, this was all hyped up. It was going to be China's Ethereum. That's not went so well, has it? DYDX, another one of these exchanges that's not actually decentralized at all. Because who controls the website? They do. They control the website. They control all the infrastructure with it. And yes, there are tiny parts that might be decentralized, but you have no real ownership over it with this token. Popcat, this must be another dumpster fire meme coin. Ordi, junk. Starknet, useless technology. Ronin, this was the one that the bridge network that Axie Infinity got hacked on, if I can remember. Tezos, sad to say I bought this last year off of some California DMV article hype that, why would the California DMV put license plates on Tezos when you can't even put the plate itself on chain? Like a picture of the plate. Fast token, I haven't even heard of this. This must be new. Looks like I know what tokens to review. I'll review any of these I don't know. I'll go through and do a review. And this excludes stable coins. These are new ones I haven't looked at yet. Nexo, this is for another crypto exchange I wouldn't touch. eCash, this is still a thing. ZK Sync, how many ZK tokens do we need? Conflux and Pendle and WorldCoin, I went off on all of these at various points, although some of the I took down the old version so I can make new versions. Long story short, all these absolutely worthless. Cats in a Dog World, Mew. I mean, who buys stuff like this? People who want to be broke, Gnosis and Zebek. There you go. Out of these 100 coins, I've simplified this for you greatly. There's one that's worth researching. Now, I swear to God, if you just buy this without researching it, then that's a way to lose money as soon as it dumps, or a way to miss out on your profits. Don't ever just buy anything somebody talks about. Research it. Go to internetcomputer.org. Like, to me, this is the one. Research it. Look how deep the website is. Look at the capabilities. Watch the founder talk. Like, just research this. Don't buy anything. For God's sakes, don't put any more money into crypto until you do some serious research on Internet Computer Protocol. And you'll see, if Internet Computer Protocol didn't exist, or last year when I didn't understand it, I had a lot different opinion of the rest of crypto. But now that I know about Internet Computer, it's like I've seen through the matrix. It's like Internet Computer is the hole in the matrix. Nothing in crypto makes sense, and it's all confusing until you find ICP, and it's like, oh, all the rest of these coins are just out there to rip people off and steal people's money. Because that makes perfect sense. The people are trying to create a coin with the least amount of effort and get the most amount of money for themselves, and almost nobody actually cares about you, the investor. Well, I care about you, the investor, because I don't want to have broke neighbors who lost all their money in crypto and then are so desperate they steal from me. So I look at everybody on earth as my neighbors. Just some of y'all are more next door to me than others. I don't want to have to move into a neighborhood that's guarded and, to keep all the people who've got ripped off away. So I appreciate you watching. If you found my take useful, I'm a full-time YouTuber and Twitch streamer and life coach. I'm going to get some of my life coaching shirts soon. And if you want to talk with me, schedule a one-on-one call. I have said enough. That's at jerrybanfield.com. Bye now.